My name's Caitlin. Thanks for coming in today.
No worries at all, Caitlin.
What I'm going to do firstly is basically get a gauge of what brought you in and why you're here, and then we can have some further discussions and see what we find out.
Fantastic.
How does that sound?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Good. So can you tell me a bit about what brought you here today?
Yeah, well, I guess, Caitlin, the main reason I'm here is I'm just not getting enough exercise. And it's been a few years since I've probably done regular exercise on a weekly basis.
Yep.
And I'm putting on a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
And I just really like to get back into it. I'm very busy, so I don't really... I've been struggling with the time commitment to be able to do it, but I just thought the best thing to do would come talk to someone and try and figure out the best way to get back into exercise.
Yeah, great. So we can certainly look more into that. I am going to ask you, do you know what an exercise science does, or do you have much of an idea of what my job is?
Not really at all, to be honest. My mum said that I should come and see an exercise scientist, and I'm not really sure what they do. Yeah.
So, Jam, it sounds like you've definitely made your first move to come back into exercise, which is a really great thing. It shows that you're motivated and that you are ready to make a change.
Yeah, definitely.
So what my role is as an exercise scientist is to use some knowledge around exercise planning and working with you also as to how we can fit it into your life.
Yeah.
So you said you're busy.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about what your weekly routine involves.
So I've just recently got a full-time job at the AFL.
Fantastic.
So that is like 9 to 5 and plus overtime some days, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And then it's also on weekends as well. I have to work at some of the games.
Okay.
So that's really the majority of my week. I used to play football. And then unfortunately I got injured and couldn't come back. I've been a bit worried about getting back into it, and haven't played for about 2 years now. And that was probably where I was finding most of my exercise a couple of years ago. And without that, I'm just not getting enough exercise. So, yeah, very busy week with work and just struggling to find the time.
Yeah. So you said that you've just started this full-time position at the AFL.
Yeah.
A full-time job can be a really, really big commitment. You know, I know myself, working hours sometimes aren't within our own choice.
Yeah.
Is this your first full-time job?
Yeah, it definitely is. I only started a couple of months ago, and I've only just come out of uni, so really new sort of experience for me.
Well done for getting a job straight out of uni.
you.
That's a great achievement.
Thanks.
With your exercise, you said that you used to play football and then you got injured. How was the training for football? What was your kind of format?
So we did 3 nights a week. So like on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like 2 or 3 hours a night. And Monday would be quite a light session, so it'd just be at 50% sort of capacity. It was just really a recovery kind of night. Wednesday was a really big 2.5 hour full main training session, and then on Friday again it was just kind of like a team bonding meetings, and then a little bit of a kick around. So so still getting the exercise in on the Monday and the Friday, but the Wednesday was definitely the main day, and then obviously games on the weekend. Yeah.
Okay. So sounds like a pretty busy training schedule. Did you find that after you got injured, did you have any rehab, or were you still doing any training after that?
Yeah, I rehabbed it for about the first 6 months and got back to full health.
Okay.
And then this was only 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I got the full-time job just a couple of weeks after that. So it was I had to kind of give it away a little bit, and because I was coming back from an injury and I was still rehabbing, I lost that love for it a little bit, love for footy.
Yeah. And
then ever since that, I'm actually in full health with that injury, but I just never really got back into it.
Yeah. Okay. So coming out into your full-time job and coming out of injury both happened at a very simultaneous time. So we can obviously see how that's impacted your time management probably, and that's affecting how you're motivated to get into your exercise. Are you interested in looking at any activities outside of your football, scope, or trying new things?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm a bit worried about getting back into football. So I think that would be a goal for me eventually. But I would really just like to start. I think a gym would be a really good place to start, and actually maybe some weight training.
Yeah.
Or just maybe some cardio at the gym or something, just to kind of reintegrate back into it. Because obviously when I was playing, I had 3 or 4 days a week where I was doing vigorous exercise, and now I've gone from there to nothing.
Yeah.
So just kind of, I reckon a gym would be a good place to start, but I'm not sure. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're definitely on the right track, and it's great to hear that you've acknowledged some area of interest.
Yeah.
We do find that some of my previous clients that have come out of injury find the gym a really great place to start. And that's because there's so many options, there's so many ways that you can exercise there. Do you have a gym at your work?
No, we don't, but we're actually redeveloping work, and they're actually putting a gym in. So it won't be ready for about a year.
Yeah.
So it's probably not the option right now, but definitely in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in today's session, we won't really look too much into planning out specific programs. We will work towards that later on when we've got some more time.
Yeah.
When you do exercise, is there a time of day that you prefer to train?
I suppose, I'm definitely not a morning person. Can't be up before 7.
Yep.
So please don't make me exercise in the morning.
I totally understand.
Good.
Neither am I.
Good. So I suppose it's that after work period that I would be interested in training.
Yeah.
I don't want to be getting up and training before work. I think it'd really make me tired throughout the day. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to finish my day with exercising, I think.
How do you find your energy levels at the end of a working day?
Well, still not too bad at all. Actually really quite good, because I'm so used to going and then training at night.
Yeah.
So you have to have that energy stored and ready to train. And now that I don't have that training, I've actually got all this energy, but I'm not actually doing anything with it. So.
Yeah, okay. So it makes plenty of sense, and it's a great way that we can use that in the future as to when we might implement your exercise program. I'm just going to touch a bit on your family. So you said that Mum encouraged you to come here.
Yeah.
Have you had these discussions before, or is this a new...
I suppose it's a relatively new thing. Because I've always been playing football, we probably didn't need those discussions until now, and I think it's a really good thing that Mum has stepped in, because I was just going about my work week and my social life, and I may have just let it slip.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mum stepped in, and it's actually really triggered it for me, and I'm actually really interested now. So,
yes, it's great that you've got a support network behind you. You mentioned your social life.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you like to do outside of your exercise and your work?
Yeah. Well, I've got a really good group of mates, and we like to catch up on the weekend. Sometimes we go for a bit of a hit of golf.
Yeah.
Obviously not getting much exercise in that. I suppose it's walking, but and then most times after the golf we go to the pub. So that's about the extent to my social life.
Yeah. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to enjoying their break time with their friends. It is a really positive thing that you are outside doing an activity.
Yeah.
Golf can be very misleading and can be really, really good for the body. So that's a great start.
Yeah.
Would you consider moving forward with golf as an activity?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's a really good way to stay involved socially.
Yeah.
I don't think I want it to be my main form of exercise. I just don't feel like I get enough of that vigorous activity in from where I was with football.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something I would like to keep in my schedule for sure.
Yeah, fantastic. So what I'm gathering from you today here, Jam, is that you're really motivated to get back into your exercise, which is a really great thing. Certainly it makes my job a bit easier, which is fantastic. What I think moving forward, our main focus will be our time management. So when you can fit gym in or when you can fit exercise in, and maybe even other ways in your life that we can incorporate it. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So coming out from today, we're just going to head into the gym and we're going to do some baseline tests to see where we're starting from, and then we can implement that later on.
Fantastic.
Thanks for coming in, Jan.
Thank you.